And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks, and it's great to be with you today. Got up this morning and it was pouring down rain, so I have been warning you all about Highway 60 and the traffic there where the Candies Creek Cherokee School is. They're making that new turn lane in there. Well, guess what? They weren't out there today because it was raining, so I came right on through like there wasn't anything to keep me from getting into downtown Cleveland. But you do need to remember that, those of you that travel Highway 60 coming and going, it's one lane when they're working, okay? So it's good to be with you today. We did the tour of the Pie Center at my last show, and I hope you enjoyed that. And we are going to have an evening tour of the Pie Center, and I will let you know when that is because the guys and I are going over there, and we'll do another tour of that in the evening. And then today I have a guest, I have a live guest in the studio, and then I'm going to let you all watch one of the interviews that I did at the Pie Center with some of our distinguished citizens and what they think about the Pie Center. So I want to welcome Reverend Jake Herren, and he is the pastor at Appleton United Methodist Church. Mm-hmm. Good to have you with me today, Jake. Now, first of all, let's start out by telling everybody where in the world is Appleton?
Well, if you've ever heard of McKee Bakery, it's about 2 miles down Appleton Pike from McKee Bakery. You just turn on East Brainerd Road and then run the left-hand side on Bill Jones Road.
Very good. Okay, so because I had heard of Appleton, and now I have a cousin, Deb, that goes to Appleton United Methodist, so now I know where it is, but I'm not sure everybody knows where it is.
Right. The easiest way to remember, it's right across the street from the post office.
From the Appleton post office.
Right.
Okay, so Appleton has a post office. That's good to know. Okay, so how long have you been there?
We're starting year 3 now.
Okay, very good. And I asked Jake before we went on the air if he was moving this year, because you know the Methodists are notorious. We let you stay just long enough to get comfortable and know where to go to get your groceries and everything, and then we move you. But Jake's going back to Appleton.
Right.
Good, very good, and I know you're thrilled about that, and they are too. So I have you on today to talk about an event you all have coming up. So tell us about it.
Well, it's on Saturday, June 29th. It's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's going to be a free car show, and we're having it at Appleton Elementary School.
Now, Appleton has an elementary school.
We do.
That is interesting, too. Okay, Jake, tell us where Appleton Elementary School is.
Well, once you go down Appleton Pike, like I was telling you from McKee Bakery, make a right on East Brainerd Road, and you'll go about 2.5 miles to the right-hand side. Okay.
Now, is there another way to get into it, like off the interstate or something like that? I'm just trying to help people that might not know where you are.
Yeah, if you get off the Ottawa exit, you go by Southern Adventist University, and that's where you get on Appleton Pike.
Okay, very good. All right, so now this is not the first car show you all have had.
Right, this is our second annual.
Okay, so how many cars did you have last time?
Around 70.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And that's good for Appleton. I mean, first of all, people have to find you.
Right.
But before that, they have to know you're having a car show.
Right.
All right, so I noticed that there's quite a few sponsors on our flyer here. So how many sponsors did you say you all have for this?
We have 17 this year.
Wow. And you have some good ones. Do you need to tell everybody who the sponsors are? Do you need to give them credit for the fact they're sponsoring?
Oh, I'd love to. We couldn't do the event without them. So we have AA Foreign and Domestic Car Service, Hamel Road Bookkeeping and Tax, Collegedale Chiropractic, C&M Disposal, Heritage Funeral Home and Cremation Services, East Brainerd Chapel, the Barn Owl Farm and Garden. We have Siren Graphics Company, Miller Industries, Pet Haven Crematorium, Circle H Truck and Trailer, Papa John's, Chattanooga Restaurant Supply Company, Diamond D Ranch, Dignity Memorial Funeral Home, Edward Jones Investments, Sahara Salon, and True Value Hardware Store at Oakbrook.
Wow. You have a bunch.
We do, yeah.
And so now I notice on the flyer that you're going to give door prizes or some kind of awards. So tell us about that.
Well, we're going to have door prizes for car owners, and then we also have plaques for the top 10, and then the number 1 overall receives a trophy.
Okay, so how do you decide the top 10?
We have judges that will walk around and judge each vehicle.
And these judges, I'm assuming, are car owners that would be at a cruise in or know what they're doing, or
right. One of them is a guy who rebuilds vehicles, and he can rebuild everything. And then the other one is a car enthusiast.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a cruise-in car and bike show.
Right.
Now, you don't mean like bicycles. Do you mean like
Motorcycles,
Motorcycles.
any kind of vehicle you'd like to bring it all. We had giant jacked up trucks that somebody brought on a trailer because they're not street legal last year, and those sort of things too. So any vehicle you'd like to show off, we would love to have it.
Okay, so the event is free?
It is,
to
yep.
Anybody that wants to come in. And I'd say that young kids were tickled to death to see those big old, not street-ready vehicles.
Yeah,
they hauled
definitely,
in.
definitely. And
Because-
also for the kids, we have a bounce house.
Oh,
so they
good.
can use that while they're there. We're going to have concessions that everybody can share in, and all sorts of things like that. We have cornhole set up that you can play. We have live music. It's a great day.
Well, fantastic. It starts at 9 and goes till 2. Do you know what the weather's supposed to be like Saturday? The
Hope
29th. Yeah, I know. The 29th. Now, their car show is the 29th. So it's not this Saturday. It's the next Saturday.
Right.
And so it's the 29th from 9 until 2. And I honestly, Jake, did not know Appleton had an elementary school. That is wonderful to know that education is alive and thriving in Appleton. But what brought on the idea to have a car show?
Well, when I was at a previous church, we had the car show, and we saw that it was such a wonderful opportunity. It was also a rural area, and just like Appleton is. And so it was a wonderful opportunity to have this community event where people would bring in their vehicles and you could have time to spend together and just have a great day of enjoying the sunshine and getting to see some of the hobbies that people in the area like to do.
And this is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
These cars are an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
And I know from past experiences with car shows, if a drop of rain falls, we're going to leave in our vehicle.
Right.
And that's a shame, but I understand. They've got those things spit polished so that they're just shining and
Right.
they don't want any watermarks on them. So last year you had 70.
Right.
Is there any, do they have to pre-register or anything?
No, nothing like that. Once you get to the door, you fill out a registration form at the door, and that way we can have all your information to be able to judge your car.
Oh, okay.
And then we're also, we'd love to have any kind of spectators. It's free for them as well. Last year we probably had about 150 spectators that
Wow.
didn't bring a car, that just came.
And that's great. So you're going to have food vendors there.
Well, we're going to be selling pizza and
Okay.
hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh, wow.
We'll have Coke products. We'll have some snacks, pickles, things like that as well.
And I think that is great. And to me, this is a great ministry, too, because you're making people aware of Appleton United Methodist Church.
Right.
And I think you all do something. My cousin Deb was telling me, you do a feeding program in Chattanooga.
Yes, there's a Mustard Tree Ministry.
I couldn't think of it. Mustard Tree Ministry, yes. Okay.
Right, that's one of our biggest ministries. We help with First Centenary downtown in Chattanooga. They have Mustard Tree Ministry where they go to First Baptist Church in downtown. It's actually an ecumenical thing that we do.
And that's wonderful. We need more ecumenical things.
Right. And so they partner with them, and we partner with them as well. And the third Thursday of every month, we invite people from all around the area to come and have a free meal. We provide a meal, and we provide drinks and dessert, and we sit down and eat with them and just have a great time of fellowship.
I think that is fantastic. And the young man that does tell me the name of it again.
Mustard Tree Ministry.
Mustard Tree. I keep wanting to call it mustard seed.
Right.
He spoke at our church one time, and I
Right.
called it mustard seed, and he corrected me, mustard
Right.
tree. But he's originally from Cleveland.
Gotcha, okay.
So it's always good to know that's going on. So Appleton United Methodist is not a large church,
Right.
but you're growing.
Right, we are. We've had some families join here in the last few months, so that's been a great thing for us. You were talking about Barry Kidwell.
Yes.
When we have Mustard Tree Ministry, part of the ministry is having a time of Bible study that he gives a presentation before they eat the meal. So it's a whole evening of fellowship together with them.
And I think it might have been, I'm not from Bradley County originally, but I think his dad coached either at Bradley or Cleveland High School, that his dad was a coach. So so people here know him, and he seems like a very nice guy. So you all do a lot of outward ministry from
Right.
your church.
Right.
And that would be something this cruise in would kind of qualify for.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
you want your name out there.
Right. Yeah, and that's part of it. Is one of the big aspects of this car show is we're collecting school supplies for Abbotson Elementary.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so as people come in, that's one of the things that we take up, and we take backpacks, pencils, paper, erasers, all sorts of things that you would normally have in school, and then we provide that to the school. And then part of the ministry also is we like to give a donation to the school for letting us use the grounds every year.
Oh, how neat.
So we're a big supporter of Abbotson Elementary.
I think that's great. So if anybody is coming Saturday the 29th, they don't pay to get in, but they need to bring some school supplies?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And pencils, paper,
Right.
backpacks,
Right.
notebooks.
Anything you could think of that you would use in school, they're happy. Dry erase markers, and then we also take donations for the car show, and then we use that for ministries that we do within the community as well.
I think that's fantastic. Approximately, and you may not know this, but approximately how many students go to Abbotson Elementary School? Is it a big school or a small school? Or I'm putting you on the spot here, Jake. I'm sorry, but
No, that's fine.
I knew that Ottawa had an elementary school, and I knew of several of the Hamilton County schools, but
I think it's in the 400s.
okay, well, that's a pretty good sized little school. I mean,
Yeah.
we have some of those in Bradley County, and those are what I call community schools, and I guess that's what Abbotson Elementary is a community school.
Right.
Probably a lot of things function around the school.
Right.
Which is why you all are having your car show there. And so I just think this is great. Now, what kind of music are you going to have?
Well, we'll have a DJ, and he'll play all sorts of music. He'll play requests if there's anybody that has a particular request for him, and then he also plays a lot of Christian music, things like that,
good.
that'll encourage people who are there.
Okay. Now, these older cars, some of them are 50s, some of them are 60s. Do those guys and gals that bring those cars, do they want to hear 50s and 60s music?
Well, I'm sure they do, and he'll
Okay.
happily play it.
Whatever they want to hear.
Right,
Okay.
whatever you request.
Because I'm looking at one of the pictures here and I'm thinking, okay, that's, and that one right there looks a little bit like a car I used to have. So anyway, but I'm old enough to have driven that when it was actually in, I learned on a 54 Chevrolet, let me just
Right.
say that. So, 4 on the column, and I thought it was great. So anyway, but I'm excited about this, and you said this is your second year.
It is.
So we want everybody to know that it's going to be at Abbotson Elementary School. And I think this is a great learning experience for everybody.
Good.
Go find Abbotson Elementary School, because I didn't know where it was. I mean, I didn't even know it was there. So I probably won't be there, Jake, because the next day I'm flying out to go to Russia. So I think I'm probably going to be packing a suitcase on the 29th. But I hope you all have a huge crowd. And did my cousin Deb tell you how to watch this on Facebook and YouTube?
She gave me some of the instructions.
Okay,
She did.
good, because we are, and I need to tell you all that, we are on Facebook and we are on YouTube, and so once you're on here, in fact, when you leave today, Jake, you can just pull yourself up on Facebook and there it'll be.
Great.
And then you can share it with everybody that you need to share it with. And I just think this is awesome that you have 17 sponsors.
Yeah, we've grown from the number of sponsors that we had last year, and we're really thankful to all the companies in the community that sponsor us, and we just are so grateful for everything that we can do together in our little community.
I think that's great, and no vehicle entry fee.
Right.
So if I had one of these classic cars, I could just drive in down there, sign up at the door, and come on in.
That's right.
Wow. Okay. I don't have one of those, but if
Not
I did,
yet.
No, but I did. At one time, I had a 64 and a half Mustang.
Gotcha.
So, but I no longer have it. So,
Right.
but I wish I did. Jake, thank you so much for coming up from Abbotson and being with me today. And I hope you have a huge success here on June 29th. And I hope you will use that Facebook and the YouTube and share it with everybody in Abbotson.
Definitely.
Jake, thank you so much. And it's nice to finally officially meet you. I've heard about you. I knew where you were, and I knew about Abbotson United Methodist. So great to finally meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake, for being on. Folks, don't go away. We're going to take a little commercial break. And remember, support our sponsors because they pay our bills, and we need somebody to do that. And we'll be right back with our interview, part 1 of our interviews from the Pie Center. So don't go away. I'll be right back.